Good morning, students of class 10. You're welcome back to the e-classes now. Let's continue our lesson. Nationalist movement in Indochina we are doing in history. And we have reached 1.3. This is the title of the chapter. The Nationalist movement in Indochina is the title. And here is a subtitle. 1.3. Should colonies be developed? There was a big question. Should colonies be developed? Number one, there are altogether 5 points. You go through this one by one. Pay attention and we will learn something. Number one, everyone all agreed that colonies had to serve the interest of the mother country. So everybody, they agreed. They knew what is the purpose of having a colony. The purpose of having a colony is to supply raw materials to the parent country, supply finished goods to the colonies and sell them there for profit, to earn more money, to earn profit. So all agreed that colonies had to serve the interests of the mother country. But there was a big question. But the question was how? How could they serve the parent country or mother country? They could serve the mother country by supplying raw materials, one I have already told, and opening new markets there. The finished product could be taken to the colonies and the people over there in colonies will buy their product and the colonizers will earn profit. But for that reason, the people of the colonies, they must be economically developed. You see that? Some like, now here the new name comes over here. Some like Paul Bernard. Paul Bernard, an influential writer. Paul Bernard was a writer and policy maker. He was a French writer as well as a policy maker. Now, he was not a French, he was an Englishman. Paul Bernard, an influential writer and a policy maker. He wrote books about all these colonies and all. And a policy maker he strongly believed that the economy of the colonies needed to be developed. In order to have more markets, the colonies have to be developed first, so that they will buy their product and earn more profit. If the native people of that colony are poor, they cannot buy their finished product. So naturally, how they will earn profit? They needed more markets. So the market had to be expanded, and it had to be expanded in the colonies also. So the people of the colonies, native people of the colonies, their living standards should be high. They must be economically developed. They must be quite rich so that they can purchase their goods. So Paul Bernard was an influential writer as well as a policy maker. He believed that economy of the colonies have to be developed first, so that they will pay you back after purchasing your goods. He said the purpose of acquiring means having colonies was to make profit. Yes, the main objective of having a colony is to make profit. If the economy was developed, if the economy of the colonies is developed and the standard of living of the people, native people, improve, if their standard of living improve, if the economy of that colony improve or develop, they would buy more goods. Simple, I have already told you. They will buy more goods so that you will have more markets and you will make more profits. So This was the idea and suggestion by Paul Barnard, who was an influential policymaker and a writer. The markets will expand. Naturally, the colonies will have more markets. Wherever they have the colonies, there they will get the markets. The markets will expand in this way, leading to better profit for French business. So naturally, French will earn more profit by selling their finished product in the colonies. Only if the native people are quite rich, if their living standard is high. That means first you have to develop the colonies. Their economy have to be developed. Barnard suggested, more suggestion he provided. Barnard suggested that there were several barriers. There are several obstacles. Barriers means obstacles to economic growth in Vietnam. So we are talking about Vietnam. So there are economic barriers, several barriers to the economic growth in Vietnam. Why? What were the barriers? The barriers were, first of all, high population. The population in Vietnam is very high. Low agricultural productivity. They produce only for their family. Low agricultural productivity and extensive indebtedness. Most of the people over there are overburdened with debts. They took the money from the money lenders and they are in debt. Extensive indebtedness among the peasants. Most of the peasants, they were in debt. They have taken money from the rich landlords and they have to pay that, and most of them are in debt. So to remove these hurdles, the barriers, high population, low agricultural productivity and indebtedness, to remove this, land reform was necessary. So Barnard suggested that their land reform was necessary there, and as Japan has done in 1890. Japan did land reform in 1890. Similarly, French must do the same in Vietnam, so that the living standard of the people will increase, so they will be out of these debt traps, and they must be taught about population, growing population. Population have to be reduced. Growth of population have to be reduced, and these people must be taught. Provide better education, provide better livelihood, provide better standard of living, provide employment, so that they will earn and they will purchase French goods, and the French ultimately will earn more profits. That was the main objective of having a colony, the French colony. And Paul Barnard suggested various steps to be taken by the French government, so that the main objective of having a colony could be fulfilled. So that was the suggestion provided by Paul Barnard, who was an influential writer as well as a policy maker. So here, should colonies be developed? That was a big question. The question would be solved if these steps were followed and suggested by Paul Barnard. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for listening and paying so much attention in the class, and being present also in the class with me. So I hope you are going through the online portal regularly. You should not miss the class. It doesn't take long time. Hardly you can invest 10-15 minutes in the online portal, but it will pay you back. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class and continue our lesson further. So from 1.3 we'll continue further. So up to here, you keep that in mind. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.